Radio, all ZZRB, all the time.
This is a Halloween special.
Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Shameless Self-Promotion Podcast. Today we're going to be doing my favorite Halloween songs that I have written over the years as ZZRBinator, as a man, and as someone who loves the Halloween season. That's right, it's time to get scary, giddy, stupid, spooky, and spooked, because it is the Halloween special of Shameless Self-Promotion Podcast, right here on ZZRB Radio. Sit back and relax as we go down 13 songs that I've written over the past, I'd say, 10 to 15 years. That's about right. Songs dating all the way back to 2002 and going all the way up to about 2011, 12. What is that, 12 years of fear? Of course, just like on a clock. Strikes midnight and you're dead. Just kidding. Don't die. You got to listen to the show first. Okay, we'll do that. All right, we're going to start off the show like I always do with the first song. And the first song, what better choice than Halloween from Snips and Snails and Puppy Dog's Tales, which is an album that I did back in 2007. This album had a whole bunch of good stuff on it, but my favorite thing was that it was recorded in the fall season of 2007. Therefore, I did my version of Halloween. It actually comes towards the end of the song. I just wanted to lead up to it by doing my own kind of creepy, spooky music. So, sit down, relax, get up and get down right here on ZZRB Radio as we go on with the first song tonight, one of my first renditions of John Carpenter's classic, Halloween. Well, in the words of Count Floyd on SCTV, that was really scary that time. I'm just kidding. Hey, it's time to go on to song number 2. And song number 2 comes from The Bowels of Evil, my autumn album that came out in 2011. This had to do with leaves falling to the ground. And I thought, what a good name for this song. Falling, because of fall, and it's a falling, like it is part of fall, like it's a thing, falling. Just put an ing on it, and there you go, falling. And it becomes a verb if you really think about it when you're going down the stairs. So let's go ahead and kick this song off, Falling, from my autumn album in 2011. This album can be downloaded for free at zerbinator.bandcamp.com. Enjoy, right here on ZZRB Radio.
Happy Halloween.
Ever wonder why the neighbor's house is filled with eggs? Could be because of this.
If you don't want tricks, then you better have treats. Prepare for the goblins who roam the streets. We have a wide selection, come and take a look, so you won't be tricked by a goblin or a spook.
That's right, give them kitties all kinds of candy, and that way your house will stay clean. Definitely won't be wiping your trees with toilet paper. Now back to the show.
All Zerb, all the time.
This is Halloween.
Song number 3 was a hard choice, but I went ahead and made it. Eleanor's Demise. Poor thing. This was recorded on an album called A Storm A-Brewin' back in 2009. A friend of mine came over and she sang the part of Eleanor while I did the other part. The trick to this song was to go ahead and make 2 sets of lyrics for verse 1 and verse 2. But when you meshed the lyrics together, it made a whole new sentence. You'll see what I mean when you're listening to Eleanor's demise, right here on the Shameless Self-Promotion Podcast. Hope you figure out how she died. She's a ghost now. Enjoy.
Lost my heart's a stone, no cost. Pain nor love felt won't cease. Make my heart melt in peace.
Must you stay with me? I wish to be in truth. I'm so lost without you. Please take my broken heart, find a turning stone. There is no way it will cost you anything at all. Well, I say no more pain, Ella, nor all your love will be felt, but you won't ever cease. And I will make you my sweetheart as you melt rest in eternal peace.
That's one song I would love to redo one day. Any women out there who feel like playing Eleanor, I promise not to hurt you. We'll do it over Skype, so you'll be fine. Now we're going to go on to number 4, Evil Lurking. This one was written for an Evil Man movie that I did in 2007. This one was rightfully titled Evil Man 6. Yeah, that's how many movies I did. Evil Man was a series of films that were just like The Evil Dead mixed with The Walking Dead, mixed with Night of the Living Dead, mixed with Return of the Living Dead, mixed with everything that I thought was cool since Frankenstein existed. So I put them all together and I made a movie called Evil Man. Really cheap. Maybe one day I'll share it with you guys. But it did have a closing credits song and it was called Evil Lurking. A heavy metal song I wrote completely. And that's the end of that sentence. All right, sit back and relax. Get up and get down right here on ZZRB Radio for the Shameless Self-Promotion Podcast, because now you're going to have some evil lurking.
This
is Halloween.
Zerb all the time.
Welcome to Halloween.
I do love Halloween. Nothing like it anywhere on the planet. Hey, where else are you going to get free candy? And I don't care how old you are. You show up with a bag with your shirt pulled over your head. I'm sure they'll give you something. If not, take you away. Ha ha. Hee ho ho. All right, so our next song, this is coming in at number 5. This one's a very important tune, and the title of this song is Guilty, from the album Entry Point in 2006. Guilty is a song where you sort of listen to it and then all of a sudden you get that I see dead people vibe. You know what I'm talking about, the movie Sixth Sense. If you've seen the movie Sixth Sense, then you'll totally understand this song. In fact, I think that's what I was shooting for when I'd done written it. So sit back and relax, and I'm not going to tell you to get up. Just go ahead and get down. Boogie to Guilty right here on ZZRB Radio.
See the horses run by me, they've been looking for me. I ducked into the tall, tall grass so they would not see. I swear it wasn't me this time, I did not see the crime. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, the mistake was mine. I saw the old man sitting there, then I turned my head, and a loud shot rang through the air. The old man was dead. They all pointed straight at me, and I started to run. And I didn't have a rifle, and I didn't even own a gun. It's been a long 3 weeks now, and they still think it's me. I swear I saw another man, but his face I did not see. I had to prove my innocence, I had to prove them wrong. I had no one to follow, and now I've traveled so long. I went back to the saloon to see what I could find. Perhaps a bit of evidence would give me peace of mind. And as I looked around, I did not see a thing except a broken mirror and the reflection of me. And that's when I remembered how I saw the other man. He came in from the rain that night with a gun in his hand. And when he pulled the trigger, I remember the sound. I remember being scared that night as I fell to the ground. And when he pulled the trigger, I remember the sound. I remember being scared that night as I fell to the ground. I remember being scared that night as I fell to the ground. Fell to the ground.
Halloween.
You know, one thing that's very important this Halloween, pay attention when you're driving, folks.
When the sun goes down and the moon comes up, be very careful when you're driving about. Look out for the kids, the spooks and the ghosts, so we can all enjoy Halloween the most.
ZZRB Radio.
You know, one thing I did over the years was I did about 30 years of haunts at 1701 North Jefferson Street in Arlington, Virginia. That's where I grew up, and I do love Arlington, Virginia. I just don't live there anymore. Now I'm up here in Connecticut, not on the same street, though. That would be one hell of a long street. But I wrote a song about what it was like to do haunts at 1701 North Jefferson Street. What better way than on the album October's Coming, Volume 2, which actually came out in the year 2005. This right here is titled Halloween at 1701. Hope you get scared like I did.
Hello, children. How nice of you to come visit us. We have been expecting you.
Look out. Some people don't believe in ghosts and the supernatural. Perhaps you're one of the unbelievers. I think I should warn you that at certain times and in certain places, the unbelievable does happen. But of course, it couldn't happen here. Could it? No sense in looking for trouble. Besides, sometimes the hunter becomes the hunted. No sense in looking for trouble.
Coming in at number 7 is one heck of a cover song because I'm covering 3 to 4 songs in this particular music. I'm going to start off with Halloween, and then I cover the theme to Exorcist, and then I cover the theme to Amityville Horror, and then there's a surprise ending at the very end when Mr. Hitchcock comes walking on in to save the day. This was on the album Revenge of the Junipers in 2002. I enjoyed doing this so much that I used to play it at the end of most podcasts. So if you heard it before, you're going to hear it again right here on ZZRB Radio. You're enjoying the show because we're having one hell of a Halloween party.
Throw a sheet over your head or wear a scary mask instead. We're having a party and you're invited.
Yeah, just remember, always be responsible when having a party. Don't drink too much, try not to drink too little, but have a good time and make sure that you're not going to drive like a crazy person after the party is over. Now back to the show.
Happy Halloween.
Well, we're almost halfway through the show because now we're on number 8. This is a song called The Conversation. It's from an album I did for multiple sclerosis called From Me to You. And it's about the pains you might go through if you have MS, what you might feel, what you might go through. And I thought I would write a nice, scary song about double personalities. You're happy on the outside, but you feel like crap on the inside. What better way to show how that must feel than to go ahead and have a conversation with yourself in a most interesting way? So go ahead and have some fun listening to The Conversation from the album From Me to You from 2005.
It all started in my throat. My chest started hurting about a week ago. I don't remember how long it's been since I could walk. The doctors say it's probably all in my head. The doctors say it's probably all in my head. The doctors say it's probably all in my head. The doctors say it's probably all in my head. The doctors say it's probably all in my head. I remember how I used to be, how I used to see, and what I look like to me. And I dismembered all that I'd seen from you to me, from you to me. And when did you think you owned me? As much as I own you. I remember this morning's escapade, the mess that we've made while tearing, ripping, and you were standing. I would watch you fall. No grace to you at all. Tripping, slipping. When did you think you owned me? As much as I own you.
Here's another song from that album, Revenge of the Junipers from 2002. This one, coming in at number 9, is titled The Last Piece of Pumpkin Pie. It's a very sad song because you have to imagine this poor piece of pumpkin pie just sitting on the plate waiting to be eaten. And if you listen closely, you should be able to hear everything from all of a sudden noticing that there's one piece of pie left, nobody else is reaching for it. Then you'll notice that the whipped cream was grabbed, and the person who is enjoying and admiring looking at the pie grabs the pie, slathers the whipped cream all over it, and puts it down his or her gullet. Go ahead and enjoy listening to the instrumental version of Gluttony right here on ZZRB Radio. Did someone say jack-o'-lanterns?
Hollow out a pumpkin.
Put the candle in place.
Make the spookiest possible Halloween face. With a great big mouth and scary eyes. Then enter our contest and win a prize.
Yeah, it's that time of year to make a jack-o'-lantern and go on down and enter it into a fair. Maybe you'll get a prize. The next 3 songs you're going to hear are going to be from the album Fear from 2002. This is one album I hope to redo in its entirety, but keep the music the same. Just update it with newer instruments, because back when I recorded this, I only had an Alesis Quadrasynth, and my drum set, and my bass, and my guitar. Now I have all kinds of instruments, and I could redo this album completely awesome. So, from 2002, the album Fear, we're going to start off with a trifecta of music. Coming in at number 10 is a song titled She Stands. This song is about a woman who has just had it with the abuse of her husband. Couldn't take it anymore. And what you're going to hear is her justice over the evil within. Right here.
Boo.
On ZZRB Radio.
Standing in front of the old house, she found herself and wondered, how many eggs has he thrown? And she starts to cry, standing in her bathrobe. This is all that she's ever known. Under the tree by the fence of gold, people retire from getting too old. They live in peace with joy in their bones, free to see and keep all they own. She gets a rag, she starts to clean all of the death that she sees before her. And inside, a man cries out, where the hell is my dinner? Under a rock inside of a stone are people who haven't got souls of their own, making decisions before they were told, free to see what they were sold. She walks back in and looks at him and grabs a knife from the table and slowly she turns and glares back at him, feeling a little unstable. Under the ground I have to fear, there is a man grinning from ear to ear, full of hate and filled with beer, never free to have his dinner again.
Zerby!
This next song is called One Singular Sensation, also from the album Fear. The big deal with this song is that I had to write the lyrics to the original Broadway song, One Singular Sensation, back in 2002. This came out really well, and I was really happy with it, especially when I used clips from the Evil Dead movie as the spirits that are running around above you. It's a great haunted house song, and I hope you enjoy it.
This is Halloween.
Sound coming from the attic, things I've never heard before. Words murmured in the distance, objects thrown across the floor. Souls lost between the prizes, invading all my attic space. I think they want my knowledge, my brain is not a final. Thoughts seem to be telepathic, all these thoughts cannot be mine. Blood trickling down the stairway, making it unsafe to climb. I'm pretty damn sure that these souls are gone, but one of them is calling my bluff. I've had the priest come in and bless this house. This one is pretty rough. Now, one is trying to kill me. It wants to eat my soul for lunch. And another wants to thrill me. She says she wants me by the bunch. Help, I see one coming closer, coming down the bloody stairs. Hope they don't even see me because I am so unprepared. I'm pretty damn sure that I'm a goner now. This one sees me here. I've lost all chances, and that's for sure. They found my deepest fear. This feels so strange. I think I'll join them up the stairs.
Welcome. I've been expecting you.
Happy Halloween.
And this song is our last song from the Fear album from 2002. This one is called Tired. What do you think it would feel like if there was a bug that crawled into your ear and started to pick your brain? That's exactly the theme to this song, called Tired. I'd get tired too if I started losing parts of my lobotomies. All right, here we go at number 12, Tired, from the album Fear, right here on the Halloween special version of Shameless Self-Promotion Podcast.
In a sweat, haven't figured it out just yet. Dreamt that I was in a show. No one was there and the lights were low. The microphone was in my nose, and I was wearing funny clothes, and the speakers were not saying all my words. I started to shout your name, my screams were all yelled in vain, and I didn't know just what to do. Oh, how I needed you. There were bugs everywhere, in my clothes and in my hair, and they just dance around. One of the bugs looked up at me, a praying mantis catastrophe. He said I was in a haze, I had a long way through this maze. Then he whispered in my ear, and then he crawled up inside, I fear, and started to pick my brain. Had his fill, I was glad he stopped the drill. Then he crawled out of my ear and said he had some thoughts to share. All of these thoughts were mine, and he said I would be just fine, and laughed as he slowly crawled away. And as he moved across the floor, he said he would come back for more, but I couldn't let him pass. My foot was close as he just laughed, and I simply had no choice as a scream let out from a little voice. I slowly squished his body to the floor. I'm so tired, I'm so wired, I will lay down, I hope I'm up my foot, I gagged a bit as I looked at the book, and then I sat straight up in bed. Thank God it all was in my head. I looked around and saw you there. Don't look now, but I do swear you won't believe what's resting on your ear. I am so tired, I am so
Before we do go, you're going to hear a poem that my wife Shelley recited way back in 2004, and it's titled They Roam at Night. I did all the effects in the background, and while she was reciting the poem, I messed around with the pitch shifter into the middle of the computer there, so it made her sound funny. Not that she didn't sound funny before that. I'm just kidding, honey! Oh, gosh! And now the clock strikes midnight right here in KMAX Studios in the heart of Connecticut in association with myself, Zerbinator. Zerbinator's music can be found at zerbinator.bandcamp.com. Also, you can find music at zerbitron.bandcamp.com. Or you can go to SoundCloud and type in Zerbinator. You'll find a bunch of music there. Also, if you head over to zerbinator.wordpress.com, you can check out some podcasts and even more music. And then if you want to give me a call, go ahead. 571-408-9372, and that ZERB is 9372. Look at your phone. It's pretty cool how that worked out. On top of that, I hope you can send me an email. Send it to instrumentally@gmail.com. And thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you for enjoying this radio station that never existed. I hope everyone has a safe Halloween, and as I recite every year, do not eat apples that were meant for shaving. All right, guys, look out for the kiddies. Make sure you only give them healthy foods like Snickers and Three Musketeers, and do not give them anything that's gluten-free. Why do that? I'm just kidding. All right, enjoy your evening, and happy Halloween. Right here from ZZRB Radio.
Happy Halloween!
The night is dark. The moon is full. They're appearing now, the ghosts and ghouls. They roam at night through the streets of town. Carefully now, they make no sound. They peek in windows, they open doors. They're gliding now across your floor. You hear a noise, or maybe not. Your mind is racing, your face feels hot. Your hands start shaking, you break a sweat, wondering what will happen next. You feel a touch, oh so light, against your cheek in the black of night. The goosebumps come, a scream breaks forth. You've started now on this deadly course. You jump from bed and start to run, knowing not the fear to come. A hand slips sharply around your waist, a force you now have come to face. Your eyes grow big as the thing takes shape. A horrid ghoul has marked your fate. The sun arises and brings the light, saving the town from the ghastly night. But one poor soul has yet to rise. Another mystery, no big surprise. And so it goes till the next full moon, when ghosts and ghouls again will